But in a tennis court, I can block it all out. Nothing gets in. I have like a bubble, and I'm in the circle, and I don't step out of the circle. I stay in the circle. Nothing gets in the circle, and I don't go out of the circle. And I can totally control it on a tennis court, but I have a hard time controlling my thoughts in life. It's much harder for me, where I've learned to not, when I have a bad thought, just let it pass and not attach. Keep my mind so quiet, so focused, and be in the moment, moment to moment to moment, rather than the past or the future. But I haven't learned that in life. Still a big lesson for me.
How when you're teaching?
I'm pretty in the moment when I'm teaching. Okay, so that's our lesson today. Any questions about the Zen Master philosophy? I mean, if you got one thing out of that, Steffi, what did you get out of the Zen Master philosophy?
To let go.
Yes.
Let go.
Let go of what?
Your thoughts, like what you think.
Of your judgmental thoughts?
Yeah.
Your negative thoughts? Can you still make corrections and be aware of your game and watch your game but not be attached to the outcome of it?
Yes.
And if you can do that, you'll be more empowered to play your best tennis, moment by moment by moment. Allie, what'd you learn? Any one thing that jumps out?
Everything?
Okay. Sansi, any one about the Zen Master? Any one thing that jumps out for you?
It's like letting go, I guess.
Letting go is good. Girls?
Watch your thoughts.
Watch your thoughts. Watch your thoughts. Wow, isn't that a concept? Watch your thoughts. Sometimes here's, ready? I'm having a bad thought on the tennis court. Ready? What am I doing? I'm smiling at it. I'm laughing at my thought. Now, see, that's what I've arrived, when I can laugh at my thought rather than attach to it. And I'm surprised by my thoughts sometimes. They're so freaky, weird thoughts sometimes on the tennis court. Yeah, I'm surprised by them. They surprise me. Like, where's that coming from? Wow. See, I'm like, I'm not going there with it. But I'm asking myself, wow, isn't that interesting? But not attaching. And believe me, I was the biggest mental midget you guys ever saw in your life for years. Years and years.
What do you mean?
I mean, I was up 5-0, 5-0 in a tournament and lost 7-5, 7-5. I didn't win a match for 2 years. I was a nervous wreck. When I went out on the tour, I didn't do anything. I mean, I was so mentally gone. When I learned that winning wasn't winning, that winning was improving, that changed my whole world. As soon as I figured out that I'm playing my style, and I'll let you worry about winning and losing. But I'm just going to get a little better with my footwork today. I'm just going to take a step and focus on performance, not outcome. That changed my whole world. Any questions?
Did you get that through a book or from a teacher?
Lots of books. Lots of books on mental toughness. Adapted different philosophies. That play your style was my philosophy. I adapted from all the books I read on the mental toughness stuff. But staying neutral, how can I be the most empowered? That's the question. How can I be the most empowered? Look at me, you guys. The most empowered people are the people who are balanced mentally. The least empowered people are the people who are not balanced mentally. Their negatives outweigh their positives, or their positives way outweigh their negatives.
Why?
The more balanced I am mentally, the more neutral I am, the more empowered I am on the court, because I don't have the emotional trigger. Okay, so everybody knows the little guy who had temper tantrums. He used to Joey. Okay, so Joey wrote 50 reasons. I had him do this. 50 reasons why he's not that good of a tennis player, and 50 reasons why his errors were good. Okay, so Joey thought that he was so good that he shouldn't miss, and he didn't see how his errors were serving him. So we wrote down 50 reasons why he's not that good. Well, remember, he's a whiner, and he got upset, and he couldn't keep the score right, and his emotions. We went on and on, all the reasons, mentally, socially, financially, our family,
Finance.
coach-wise. of why he wasn't that good, and then why his heirs, how his heirs were serving him. Well, if he never made an heir, nobody'd ever play with him. He wouldn't have a coach. He'd win every tournament. It wouldn't be any fun. I mean, we went all the way down the road. And so what happened was, because he was so imbalanced mentally, I brought him back into a balanced mode. And then when he went out on the court, guess what? The trigger, no trigger, because he knew his heirs were serving him. And he wasn't as good as he thought he was. He was good, but not as good as he thought he was. But his heirs were so out of whack, he thought he should never make them. And so once he saw how his heirs were serving him, and once he figured out that he wasn't as good as he thought he was, that emotional trigger that owned him on the court was gone. And that's what I mean about being balanced mentally. Balance in perception brings empowerment. You're more empowered. You're more in the moment. Okay. That's all the Zen masters got. That's a lot for one day. I'm blowing myself away right now. I'm blown out. I'm confused.
It's a Zen voice.
Yeah, that's the out there voice.
It sounds like Forrest Gump, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that's
sounds
me. I'm
Texan.
Forrest Gump.
Never seen that movie.
Oh, you haven't seen that?
Life's like a box of candy.
Yeah.